Hey guys, my name is Light Hypernova, and in this video I'll be going over the abilities for Justina Gu. She's an agile, crowd control character across all modes, whether it's getting off free attacks or peeling for her teammates. Justina's first skill variation, Ice Core, is a defensive ability with a 28-second cooldown that allows her to encase herself in ice, recovering 300 armor for every 2.5 seconds for 5 seconds. She is vulnerable to attacks during the 1 second cast time. During this time frame, she gains 70% damage reduction. Justina's second skill variation, Blink, is a defensive ability with a 25-second cooldown that lasts for 3 seconds and does not recover armor over time. However, she is able to use it while under attack. This allows her to use her second skill as a combo breaker to avoid or negate taking full damage from consecutive attacks or combos. The last of her skills is Justina's third skill variation, Cold Wave. Cold Wave is a defensive ability with a 25-second cooldown that encases both herself and teammates in ice, recovering 100 armor for every 1.5 seconds for 3 seconds. However, her allies will not be affected if they are in focus status or under control effects. All of Justina's skill variations are ultimate focus, meaning they block all physical and ranged attacks, including Tianhai's grab. This, however, does not prevent elemental damage or environmental damage like traps. These forms of damage will still go through, but will not stagger or knock you down. While the ice effect is active in all skills, attacks will be deflected, and reflect damage to the opponent if it's a melee attack. You can also break out of the ice by dodging or jumping 1.5 seconds after casting the ability. Now it's time to go over Justina's ultimate abilities. Justina's first ultimate, Arctic Wraith, will summon her Icy Chi, knocking back enemies and giving her a new moveset and buffs for 30 seconds. Using this skill will charge forward in the direction you're aiming and freeze enemies who are not in focus status, while also gaining a 70% damage reduction while casting. Each time an enemy is hit, Justina will gain a 5% attack boost for 5 seconds, and reset the remaining duration time. This effect can stack up to 15%. Each dash consumes 20% rage in solos and duos, and 15% in trios. If you hit 2 or more enemies simultaneously, her next dash will cost no rage. You can also pull off some combos that I'll demonstrate. Start with casting your ultimate. Perform a horizontal attack, followed by a crouch vertical and aerial horizontal. While your opponent is falling, use the skill to catch them with a freeze. Hold horizontal or vertical to cancel the dash early after freezing them. By following these inputs, you can perform some easy and rewarding combos with most weapons. This combo format can also be done with their second ultimate. Justina's second ultimate variation, Blizzard, will allow her to freeze opponents who are not in ultimate focus status. This allows her to freeze enemies that are in blue, purple, and gold focus. Once landing a freeze on an enemy, a blizzard will be created that will freeze nearby enemies as the initial freeze wears off. Each dash consumes 30% rage in all modes. Justina's third and last ultimate variation, Frostwind, creates an icy sword energy in the aimed direction. The area of the sword energy will generate an icy fog that freezes enemies within its vicinity. This ultimate has longer startup frames, but only requires 50% rage to activate. All of Justina's ultimates give her 70% damage reduction upon activation. Keep in mind that Justina's freeze gives a separate frozen health bar value, upon which dealing enough damage will manually unfreeze the opponent. This frozen health value is the same in her first and third ults, but is larger in her second ult. After the freeze effect wears off, the enemy will have a 6-second time period where they're immune to being frozen again. Another thing Justina can do with her first ultimate is to peel for her teammates in combat. As stated earlier, dashing through 2 or more enemies will give her a free dash with no rage cost. This allows her to be very versatile in teamfights along with being hard to track and hit. For Justina's talents, you can run 6 Origin Spirit on red, 6 Lunar Agility on purple, and 6 Omni Mind Glyphs on green. For the blue path, you can choose between grapple distance, skill cooldown, or a mix of both. I personally prefer full grapple distance to catch my opponents. By completing cultivation quests, Justina can unlock her second and third skill and ultimate variations, as well as 5 immortal treasures and a special avatar. Justina is a character with a huge skill ceiling, and the potential to outplay entire teams and turn the tides of battle in her favor. Thanks to NARAKA for letting me share my knowledge with this fun and unique character. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then,